I now call to order the meeting of the members of the New York Job Development Authority, Wednesday, April 12th, 2017. Everyone's received the written materials and can ask questions at any time. We welcome public comment on the items on the agenda. 2 minutes for individuals and up to 4 minutes if you're speaking for a group. I'll ask if anyone has any potential conflicts of interest with regard to any of the items on the agenda. Does anyone? Hearing none. Let's see, I'll seek approval of the minutes from December 14th, 2016. Is there a motion?
Motion to move.
Second.
Thank you. Any changes, questions, deletions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, Ray, you've got the next item on our agenda relates to a loan to Sullivan County Fabrication.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. This report concerns a proposed New York Job Development Authority loan for the amount of $1.8 million. The JDA loan will be used to take out a portion of a machinery and equipment loan to be provided by the vendor. Total cost of the machinery and equipment project is $3,155,544. The JDA loan will be secured by a first lien security interest on the machinery and equipment purchased with the M&E loan. Repayment of JDA loan shall be guaranteed by Sullivan County Fabrication, Resnick Supermarket Equipment Corp., BRR Brothers 3 LLC, Supermarket Parts Warehouse, along with the personal guarantees of Daniel Resnick and Richard Swift. Daniel Resnick and Richard Swift own and operate two interlinked businesses, Resnick Supermarket Equipment and Supermarket Parts Warehouse, both based in the hamlet of Mountaindale in eastern Sullivan County. BRR Brothers 3 LLC is another related entity created for the company's real estate holdings. Resnick Supermarket Equipment has been in business for over 30 years and Supermarket Parts Warehouse for over 15 years. These ventures have grown into leading providers of supermarket equipment and services in the New York metropolitan area, as well as a large portion of the United States and Canada. Mr. Resnick and Mr. Swift have extensive knowledge of the supermarket refrigeration and freezer case business, as well as years of financial management experience. The owners of Resnick Supermarket Equipment and Supermarket Parts Warehouse are preparing to build and equip Sullivan County Fabrication to offset the growing cost and demand for replacement shelving in supermarkets. The company will occupy approximately 25,000 square feet of manufacturing space at the 715 Glen Wild Road campus in Woodridge, New York. The demand for commercial refrigeration equipment in the United States is increasing rapidly due to the rising number of food service operators and food retailers, as well as growth in the average amount of floor space occupied by food retail outlets. The creation of Sullivan County Fabrication is precisely timed to respond to industry consolidation that threatens to increase the acquisition cost of supplies purchased by Resnick and Supermarket Parts Warehouse from other vendors by manufacturing many of these items internally. Critical to the stability and sustainability of both companies is the availability of affordable steel shelves. They are a necessary component of the majority of remanufactured equipment sold by both companies. Both owners decided that for the future of their companies, they will build and operate a metal fabrication company which would initially build shelves for Resnick Supermarket Equipment and Supermarket Parts Warehouse. By controlling the availability of shelving, it would ensure the health and viability of both companies. Additionally, it would create initially 13 new living wage manufacturing jobs. Natural projected growth has the company creating 27 living wage jobs by year 3. Sullivan County Fabrication is located in a Rural Economic Area Partnership, or REAP zone. REAP zones are designated by the federal government to foster development in rural communities which often face starkly different challenges from those of impoverished urban and suburban communities. As it stands, Resnick Supermarket Equipment and Supermarket Parts Warehouse have combined 105 existing employees. The project will allow for the retention of these jobs, as well as the creation of an additional 27 jobs at Sullivan County Fabrication over 3 years. Based on the 1A rating, the guaranteeing companies currently generate sufficient cash flow from operations to service all the projected debt, and both companies are fiscally strong. Both companies are financially strong with a history of being profitable and combined sales and EBITDA all increasing over a 3-year historical period. Based on projections provided for Sullivan County Fabrication, the new operation will generate sufficient cash flow to service all the projected debt by the first full year of operations. With the approval of the project, JDA will facilitate the maintenance of 105 manufacturing jobs, as well as the creation of 27 new jobs over a 3-year period. Thank you.
Great. Well, we should probably note this has been, this project, right, has been considered too at the Finance Committee quite extensively. And so let me ask if there's any questions from directors with respect to this item for Ray. Are there any comments or questions from the public? Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Seconded. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Okay, thank you, Ray. You have another item which is a kind of a summary report, right,
Right.
regarding the JDA loan portfolio.
Yes. The directors at one point requested that we provide a portfolio summary on the JDA initiative. At present, the New York Job Development portfolio has an outstanding principal balance of approximately $25.5 million across 34 active projects. The 34 active projects are divided among 2 classes: standard commercial loans and capital leases. The majority of the projects listed were funded through the sale of state-guaranteed bonds and notes. Capital leases. A significant portion of JDA's current portfolio is comprised of a collection of capital leases. Throughout the course of the program's lifespan, JDA has acquired a portfolio of commercial properties, often through foreclosures that follow the uncured default of a real estate loan. In order to incentivize development and create positive cash flow, the capital lease was introduced. In essence, JDA provided a purchase money mortgage and maintained ownership of the subject property throughout the repayment term to allow the purchaser to take advantage of JDA's tax-exempt status. JDA's portfolio has 13 such projects, all of which remain in good standing. There is an attached capital lease schedule for your review. Standard commercial loans. The JDA program was relatively dormant for a number of years, closing over a single loan over the course of roughly 7 years, from 2006 to 2013. Since 2013, JDA team members, which include Antof Badasian, Sean Malone, Robert Kwan, John Bozick, John Evan Hornsby, Brendan Healy, and last but not least, Kathleen Mize, successfully introduced new marketing initiatives and focused on utilizing the 10 ESD regional offices as a primary source for potential JDA loans. Since 2013, there have been 22 loans approved, totaling $57.5 million. 17 loan authorizations totaling $32.3 million have been executed by the borrowers. Total fee income generated by the loan authorizations have been $323,000 as December 2016. 6 loans have been closed, totaling $12.9 million. To date, those loans have generated $414,000 in interest income. 3 loans have been withdrawn by the borrower, totaling $9.5 million. JDA loans are utilized as takeout financing, which could at times lead to an 18 to 24-month lag between board approval and closing. While JDA has experienced some issues in the past with projects reaching completion, JDA staff remains optimistic that projects that have been issued loan authorizations will close. We are currently working on implementing the $10 million JDA agriculture loans to lender program. We expect to have that program active shortly. Thank you, Alex.
Okay, great. Any questions? It's not a resolution, but if there's any questions, yes,
I think this is great. This is the information we asked for, and is it possible that you could just, update this so it's provided to the board on a, regular basis?
Sure.
So you don't have to review it as much, but just so we can keep pace with what's going on.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Sometimes when loans don't close, I suppose there's mitigating factors too, that, it's not necessarily a reflection on, our process.
Right.
I think it's, there's a lot of reasons why a loan may or may not change, changing business circumstances, changing ownership, changing,
That's accurate. That's true.
bank financing they require. There's a lot of variables that go into closing a loan. We're one of them. Thanks, Ray.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Anyone else? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion. Second.
Did we set a record on?